What's up? Welcome back to another Smoke Session 612. I am your host, Big Ed. With me, as always, I got the rest of the Nasty Boys. OG Tim Wilson, my brother Wayz. We're finna count down some dumbasses. Got some stories about Tupac, Teddy Riley, and a few other things. So light it up, roll it up, light it up, and put it in the air. Because it's time for the Smoke Session 612.
Bruh,
What's up?
did you get a shot on your index finger?
Oh no. You know how sometimes you get that dead skin around your nails and you pull it off and that motherfucker stings like a zombie.
Mm,
Yeah, I put a band-aid on it so I couldn't get nothing in it because man, that motherfucker's stinging like a son
look,
bitch right now.
you gonna think I'm crazy, but I swear to God, it works. Dip that motherfucker in some goddamn apple cider vinegar. It's gonna sting like a motherfucker for about 15 minutes, but after that, it's gonna be beautiful.
No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. But what's up, fellas? What's up, OG?
I did the Big Ed. Cherry limeade. Cherry
Oh,
limeade flavored gummies.
ooh wee.
I went and bought some I went and got a fresh re-up of gummies yesterday. And it's delicious. The cherry limeade is
Man,
absolutely fantastic. And let me tell you,
I bet.
I hadn't had one in a little while, and I popped one last night, and I was up all fucking night. I will almost missed the game today.
Damn, that's it. Shit. Gummies is good.
So I feel you. I got black cherry whiskey. I got black cherry
Cherry
whiskey,
thing.
y'all.
It's a cherry thing this week, y'all.
Right,
The
right.
cherry is the flavor of the week, baby.
I got cherry OG Kush.
Cherry OG Kush. I don't know where that came from. That was random.
Yo, I don't know what the fuck. Who did that?
What's
I
up,
did
fellas?
that. That was random, man. I didn't mean to do that. That was my bad.
Let's go ahead and get this party started.
Let's
You
do that.
started playing the goddamn beginning of the Michigan State game. That's what it sounded like.
Hey, you know what? We gonna play it while we do this shot because I gotta pour mine so y'all can sit it down.
Okay.
'Cause now I want to know what the hell it is.
Slick Beats Production. www.slickbeats.com.
All right, all right. All right, it's actually funky though. It's actually funky though. Come on, hey, we in the smoke session. Y'all gonna learn a few lessons, and I'm gonna be wrecking this mic. All
Yo,
right,
that sounded like it was a beat that was meant for the showdown.
that beat turned out to be kind of funky. All right, I'm ready now.
That was a Jack Nasty beat.
That was a Jack Nasty beat. Boom,
Cheers.
shakalaka.
Cheers, fellas.
Woohoo!
All right. There's a theme to most of these dumbasses this week.
Uh-oh.
Most of them. The man said most
I
of them.
don't,
Most of them.
I don't know what the fuck was wrong with these people.
What in the world?
Hold on, I missed that. What?
I said I don't know what in the fuck was wrong with these people.
What in the world?
You say hit repeat.
But first dumbass is a man who shoved an 8-inch deodorant can up his butt and left it there for 3 weeks.
How the hell did he make it past 2 minutes?
It must not have been the first thing he shoved up his butt. That's the.
What in the hell? He's gone to a
20
couple parades to be able to handle that.
A 27-year-old man from India had to be hospitalized after allegedly shoving a deodorant canister up his butt, where it remained for 3 weeks before doctors removed it.
Nope. All right, I get it now. All that curry and fucking cayenne pepper. That was nothing to him.
Curry and cayenne.
Man, that's coming out. That's not going in. That's coming
I
out.
don't care. Coming out, going in, either way, that curry and cayenne pepper is a bad mix. It don't feel good. This is the reason I don't make Indian food.
Oh,
Okay. All right. I'm gonna leave.
dumbass number 2.
Okay, dumbass number 2. Let's get to dumbass number 2.
Hold on. Does it have a name?
No, not yet.
I don't know, but I know one thing. His
My
ass
name is
smells,
Itchy. My name is Itchy Bungle.
his ass smells very pleasant.
His ass smells
When
like
he
Axe
farts,
spray.
when he farts, he deodorizes the room.
his wife was like, "Wait, is that potpourri when you fart?"
That motherfucker fart is his glade ass. His ass is. You know those things. You know those ones they put in the bathroom that every once in a while they go.
Yep.
Yeah, that's his ass.
Look, let's not talk about those because I got blinded by too many of those.
That's his ass.
Everybody wants to put them at eye level for some reason.
Imagine how many midgets got blinded by his. Walking behind him at the park and he busts one off and deodorant in the face of a midget.
Oh.
Or a
Dumbass
little
number
person.
2.
I don't want to be insensitive.
Dumbass number 2. Now, by the way, you can also find the links to all these articles at the Smoke Session group page, the Smoke Session 612 group page on Facebook. But dumbass number 2. Doctors removed a steel cup from a man's rectum 10 days after his friends inserted it as a drunken prank.
What is up with you and sticking shit in people's asses?
Hold on. These gotta be frat brothers. White frat brothers.
Why we gotta be racist? Ways.
Look, ain't no bunch of black dudes sticking metal cups up each other's ass.
Hey, these dudes apparently never heard Bernie Mac in Kingsley Comedy when he said, "There's 2 things on a human being that you don't mess with. That's your stomach and your booty hole."
I'm guessing his delivery was a little better.
If I'm correct, they definitely have never heard that by Bernie Mac.
Okay. All right. Can we move past the assholes for a minute?
Nope, there's a theme, and clearly this is the theme.
I came to the wrong fucking show. I am not planning on talking about men's asses tonight. Good Lord of mercy.
In hip hop news, remember the Wu-Tang Buster and Nas tour that we were talking about a couple weeks ago?
Yes.
Method Man and Redman actually made an appearance.
Okay.
Well, that's dope. Where?
It said, where did they? It was in New York.
Okay. So in New York, because they're probably there.
In New Jersey. It was in New Jersey.
It's probably
that's
it's still
right.
the area, but they're probably there, and so that's why they could pop in.
Yeah.
They could do the show.
A lot of people don't realize and don't even acknowledge the fact that Jersey is actually the birthplace of the Wu-Tang Clan.
Where do you acquire that knowledge and where to substantiate that?
If you watch, I can't remember the name of the show. It's a show ran and directed by RZA.
It was on Hulu.
Yeah. Basically, they go over the entire history of the Wu-Tang Clan from before the birth of the Wu-Tang Clan on, and they're over
I was
here.
born in Staten Island.
Yes. Oh
Me
yeah,
too.
you're right.
Staten Island. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's why I was waiting to hear this because that's the way I heard. I didn't see that Wu-Tang special that on Hulu, but I did see the evolution of hip hop. Very great documentary, a docu series actually on Netflix.
Man, that was dope.
It was excellent, man, and I swear I didn't. I avoided it for a long time, and I finally watched it, and I'm glad I did because I thought it was some run of the mill hip hop shit, but it was very well done. And they did go into the Wu-Tang. They did talk about the origin.
I
of
got a question here.
What's that?
I forget that the fact that the Wu-Tang's birthplace was Staten Island, right? So why would Method Man and Redman choose such a special ed place as New Jersey?
It's right there. It's
Brick
right
City.
there, right across the border.
Redman-
A lot of
Redman's
people,
from-
a lot of people that work in New York live in New Jersey to avoid living in New York. New Jersey is right there. That's where the Giants and the Jets play. They play in New
Redman's from
Jersey, and Redman is from New Jersey.
Yep.
But yeah,
Redman's from New Jersey.
the Giants and the Jets play in New Jersey. The New York Giants, their stadium isn't in New York. It's in New Jersey.
Yep.
It's right there. It's right. I mean, it's literally like right there. It's one of
Is it
the
the
same.
Washington Bridge?
Some shit like that.
Yeah.
Unless I heard that Jersey has to take a ferry.
No, you can take a bridge over.
Yeah.
Oh,
I took the bridge over. I took the bridge over. When I went,
Ain't it
my
like a
first
toll
trip to
bridge?
New York, my friend lived in Clifford, New Jersey, and I got in. I don't remember the circumstance, but I was beat, and he said, "Man, you can come in. I'm gonna run down to the station. You can go ahead and crash out, take a nap." Darius gets up and goes down to the city. You can ride with him. That way, you get to do the subway and all of that shit, and he'll show you where to go. I was like, cool. So I crashed out. We took a bus to the subway station. We went across the bridge, and we took a bus to the subway station, and then we rode the subway into downtown Manhattan. So yeah, no, I've been on that bridge. There is a bridge that connects New Jersey.
Or is it like the Holland Tunnel or the Lincoln Tunnel or something? It's one of them.
There may be a tunnel too, but there's definitely a bridge. We have a tunnel and a bridge here to go to Canada, so it's not like two things can be true. Okay, there could be more than one way to skin a cat. You can get to Canada by way of bridge, or you can get to Windsor by way of tunnel. Either way, we got the Ambassador Bridge and the tunnel to Canada, which the Ambassador Bridge is about to be replaced by the Gordie Howe Bridge, which they are building now. Or you can drive up to Port Huron and take the bridge across to Sarnia, which is another part of Canada. So yeah, two things to be true. You can have a tunnel and a bridge. And a ferry, however you want it. There's more than one way to cross water. Let's put it that way.
Right. Another story that came up. Kanye West claims he has never read a book. Compares reading to eating Brussels sprouts.
Okay.
Interesting.
I'm no longer surprised by anything Kanye says. I don't necessarily believe anything he says, but I'm no longer. His shock value for me is worn off.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for Kanye to actually full out say that he is the second coming of Christ.
Now he's got a full beard now, right?
I don't know. I haven't seen him.
Yeah, I saw him recently. I think I saw him recently, and he had a full beard. I don't know if he's shaved it off, but I saw him, and he had a full. But he doesn't even look like himself.
I was gonna say, would he look like a goddamn Somalian?
Yeah, he had a full beard.
Man,
Kanye is walking around looking like a regular old guy. Is what he's doing.
He makes some ugly ass shoes.
But they're popular though. They're making money.
I don't know why.
Because they're expensive, and people that got money
because
want
of
to
his
prove they can afford them. And people that don't have money want to prove they can afford them.
You know, it was crazy. Junior's football coach the other day had a pair of Yeezys.
They're extremely popular, man. They're extremely popular.
This like 80 years old with a pair
Somebody
of Yeezys.
probably bought it for him. I mean, 80 years.
Yeah, because they're orthopedic as hell.
He's got kids, grandkids. Somebody bought them for him, you know. We used to buy my pop stuff like that. We bought Pops some Jordans and shit like that. We used to buy him stuff.
Yeah.
He can be, you know. You probably see my old man walking around 70-something years old and he wearing Jordans. Like, look at this old man wearing Jordans. Yeah, that's because he's got sons, you know. He's got sons. That put some Jordans on him. Bought him some Jordans for
Yeah,
Christmas.
it just blew my mind. So,
That's not uncommon. That's not uncommon to me. Speaking of little pork chop.
Speaking of Lil Pork Chop and his football team, They ended up tying their game today, but it's awesome to watch because he's getting more playing time and more playing time as it goes on. And it's just it's awesome to watch him grow.
Oh yeah,
That's
I know that feeling way too well. Coaching Ronald when he was younger, and seeing him develop every game is something. It's something any father should be proud of. I know you watching and seeing little pork chop developing like that is something special for you.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah. That's
He,
that's
he don't like getting hit first, so he's starting to fire off the ball and hit people first.
that's a good one.
Oh,
Look, thank you. That's the right answer. That's the
Bro.
right answer. That's how you're supposed to do it. So
Bro.
check this out now. I saw a picture that he posted saying that's why I hate football, and it was a picture of his calf or something like that.
Yeah.
What was
He had
that
a cramp.
about?
He had a cramp.
Man, you had
I-
cramps and you over
I
the
said,
online
"Nigga, just
crying.
sit there." I said, "Nigga, just sit there and drink water."
Right, drink some water, eat a banana. Fuck a
You
cramp.
online crying about cramps, man? Are you a football player or are you a what?
Literally,
Take
I have literally played an entire football season on a separated shoulder. So you can work through that cramp. I can guarantee you that.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah.
I don't advise you go through the season with a separated shoulder. I'm not advising
No.
that, but when it comes to the cramp, deal with it. Stop
Yeah, you
acting
got-
like a. All right.
Look,
His offensive line and defensive line coach is also the wrestling coach,
mm,
and
he's gonna get suckered in like I did.
he's pushing Junior. He's pushing Junior hard. Hey, come do some wrestling. That
Junior
way
can't
you
hear
get
me,
your
can he?
leverage. You learn how to use your power. You can learn how to get your leverage right. Just come do wrestling for just 1 year.
Junior can't hear me, can he?
No.
Well, let him know that I said sucker into it because that's only gonna make him a better football player.
Yep. I think we got him talked into it.
Yeah, let him. It's more than just wearing spandex. When you go on that football field, man, you're gonna be something different.
Oh,
But
yeah.
before every game, you need to do one thing for me. Walk up to Junior and says, Uncle Joey wants to know, are you hungry?
Oh,
And
yeah.
keep asking him until he says he's hungry. When he's hungry, it's time to play.
That's what I told him. I told him that because we walked up and he said, "Man, I forgot to eat this morning. I'm hungry as shit." I told him, I said, "Well, you go out and do what you got to do to win this game, and you'll be able to eat."
All right.
You know?
So anyway, that said, gonna stop talking about little pork chop here. and laugh.
had a
Big
proud
Ed
dad.
likes to laugh at his own jokes, even if they're not funny, y'all. That's just so you know. That's his thing. He got another story, but he lost it.
He just got a goddamn Facebook message. That's what that was.
Oh, is that what that was?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Shit. Let me go back.
He gets easily
Another
distracted.
story. You want another dumbass?
Let's do another dumbass.
All right, this dumbass is getting off the topic for a second. Teen decided to try to subway surf in New York, and he lost his arm.
You okay over there?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, all right. I see you getting these messages over here.
Sorry.
I'm just wondering if you're good.
Yep.
I'm sure it's here. Like, is this important? Should we take a break? What's going on?
Cause you know how he is. He start getting the messages. Next thing you know, he be running out here talking about somebody outside. Just
Look, he reached back. He got his gun. He about to go shoot up the neighborhood.
No, the
See?
gun downstairs. The gun downstairs. I'm upstairs in the studio.
I told you, this is what happens, folks. So you know, he start getting those kind of messages. The next thing you know, he jumps up and leaves the show without randomly, and he comes back talking about somebody outside just shot their dog, and I'm about to go kill a motherfucker. It happens. That's what's coming. That's
Then he
why
comes
he's
back
distracted.
in holding a chihuahua in a headlock.
You see, the show is on pause right now, right?
Yep.
We're not doing right now. The show is on pause as he deals with whatever is going on in his inbox.
And I ain't editing this shit out.
No, this is what happened.
It's all good.
This
It's all
is y'all
good.
experiencing what we
Hey,
experience
but
all the
what
time.
about the team? What about the team that decided he was going to try to subway surf and lost his arm subway surfing?
Subway surfing.
Yep.
What is subway surfing?
Apparently, it's now no longer just a game on mobile devices.
Right? You know what? Oh, okay. You ever heard of car surfing? Where a motherfucker jump on the top of the car and
Yes.
the car drive? Same concept.
Well, they
Damn,
jump on the top of a subway train.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, you are risking yourself getting injured. That's
Your concept of car surfing is different than mine because my concept of car surfing was hitching a ride on the bumper of a car while you're riding your skateboard.
yeah. We used to do that.
No,
We
that's
used to do
skiing.
that.
That's street
Um,
skiing.
My
Cause surfing
my-
on top of the board.
my concept of car surfing was sticking my arm out the window and doing this little wave with the wind as it's.
Hold on, my dumbass, I still do that in the car. What are you talking about?
So do I. It actually feels really good, and it's really.
I'll be busting 80 on 12 talking about some woo.
Yeah, exactly. That's what's up. That's what's up. It's fun. That's car surfing for me. A little safer than getting on top of a car and potentially flipping off.
Speaking
Killing
of that,
yourself.
bro, Kenny flung me off of the goddamn hood of his car one day doing that shit over south.
I actually had a friend in Beloit that died that way, car surfing.
All right, so next subject.
Where the fuck is this show going?
Look, I already warned Big Ed. You weren't in the room at the time. You know, I had a shot. I had a full glass, half glass of whiskey, and I have a beer. This show was destined to go off the rails.
Yeah, when he started with people shoving shit up their ass, it was we started down the wrong path. Literally.
Hey, I can only do the dumbasses that Little Pork Chop puts up.
Yes, you can. You can. No, the choice is yours, sir. It's your show. You can do the dumbasses that you choose. If you choose something different, you can do something different. Yes, I got you. Anyway,
But did you know that Pimp C's love for Tupac almost kept him off of Jay-Z's Big Pimpin'?
no.
God.
Yeah, Pimp C was really pissed off about Pac getting shot in '94, and he was almost not on Big Pimpin' because of it.
So what did Big Pimpin' have to do with Tupac getting shot?
A New York man, a
Yeah,
New
he
York
didn't want to fuck with
artist.
nobody from New York.
Yeah,
But wasn't that like 7 or 8 years later?
But see, Pac wasn't a Jay-Z fan at all. He didn't like Jay-Z, period.
But wasn't this like 7 or 8 years later?
Yeah. 6 years.
tough.
Okay.
But hey, motherfuckers can hold a grudge.
Well,
No, let's be real.
Hold these
Not
nuts,
just
too.
motherfuckers.
they can also hold these nuts.
Got him!
But do you think that wouldn't have been as big a hit? Because I think
I don't know. I
made
don't
that
think.
song.
He could
I
have easily got too
I-
short on it and made it a hit. So.
I think Jay-Z made it. It was Jay-Z was hot at the time. The beat was banging. Yeah, I think it'd have been all right.
You gotta remember, this is around the same time frame that this man released the Nanny song and made it hard as hell.
Did you say Annie or Nanny?
Annie.
Oh,
It did sound like he said nanny though. It did.
That's what I thought he said.
I said
too.
Annie.
You
This is what I get for trying to use proper English.
No, well, you said it. So you said it like you said a nanny song. That's what it sounded like. You said a nanny song. A nanny song.
Even
Yeah,
Kim said
see,
no. You said
when-
a nanny.
See,
when the word starts with a vowel, it's A. Not no, it is an, ain't it?
And
it is.
A-N.
Yeah, it is. And yeah, calm down.
I'm a grammar Nazi, bro. Don't try to correct me on this.
But it did sound
You
like
just
you said
gotta learn.
nanny.
You just gotta learn how to open your mouth and articulate.
I gotta learn to put spacing between my words. Everything's one sentence.
Or that would have been a good opportunity to use the word the instead of an. The rather. It would be the with the Annie song. He made the Annie song.
Mm-hmm.
Then there was no mistaking. An Annie. A nanny. Oh shit. No, I think the song. I think it would have been just fine. He would have found somebody else to do some cameos on it, and I think the song would have been just fine. It was a time
Exactly.
that hip hop was full of artists at that time, man.
That's why I said
Tail end of the '90s. That was the tail end of the '90s. Actually, fresh into the 2000s
yeah.
when it was
That-
released.
That's why I said
recorded in the-
he could have easily replaced Pimp C with Too Short, and it would have still been just as good, maybe even better of a song.
Yeah, there was a lot of guys that he could have grabbed. I mean, think about it. It was recorded It was recorded in '99, released in 2000, something like that.
Yep.
I remember that from our battle because Big Ed tried to test me because I played. I was the 2000s and I dropped that song and he said that was in the '90s, that was '99, and I had to pull the facts on him and say it was released in 2000. It was recorded in '99 but released in 2000. And I knew it had to be released in 2000 because I wasn't on the radio in '99. There, actually, I was. I got there in '99 when I got to Wisconsin.
Yep,
I was only there from '99 to 2000. But yeah, there was a ton of guys that he could have grabbed. You know, I mean, it was all kind of guys. Imagine if you put ODB on that bitch. Come on now, it was a lot of guys. it was a lot of guys out there.
I don't think it would have had the same vibe.
Shit, I know it would have had a different vibe, but that don't mean it would have been less successful.
I was just gonna say it may have had a different vibe, but I think it would have been more successful, to be honest.
Would have been. It doesn't mean
I
it
don't
would have
think
been.
it could have been more successful.
ODB versus Pimp C, you tell me it wouldn't have been more successful.
No.
In
I don't
'99,
think so.
ODB was way hotter.
ODB was hot. ODB was hot. What made it good for him was that it was a way he was helping put the Southern rappers on the map, and it helped him put himself even at a different echelon in the South. That's why he wanted to get some Southern MCs. But he could have put Face. He could have put. I mean, there was a lot of Southern rappers there was a lot of guys out in the '90s, man. There was a lot going on. The South was on the map. He could have put T.I. in that joint. There was a lot of guys.
That would have been brutal if he put Ti on that.
T.I. I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about. T.I. made some hits, man. T.I. was hot.
Yeah.
T.I.'s cameos, T.I. was banging, man.
24s was the shit.
So that's why I say it would have been brutal. It would have been a song that was impossible to beat out in any award.
It would have been fire. There's a lot of guys that could have put in on that, man. There was a lot of guys, man. The list goes on and on.
Right.
The guys that could have been on that joint. Now this was something I found interesting because I watched. I've told y'all that I started watching this show Heart to Heart.
Yep.
It's Kevin Hart's talk show on Peacock. Mm-hmm. It's real dope. It's uncensored. They drink their wine while they talk, and he had Jay-Z on.
Okay.
And it was very interesting. The show is interesting because he has conversations with him as opposed to interviewing him, and they kind of go in places that other interviews don't go.
Right.
Jay-Z said something that got my attention. Jay-Z said when guys call him to do a cameo, pretty much if he got the time, he go do it. And he doesn't charge anybody anything for his
That's
cameo.
dope.
He doesn't charge people to get on their tracks.
That's
He,
dope.
yeah, he said when he does a track. He said all his tracks. I got paid nothing for that. I don't ask them to pay me anything. I do it. I just do the verse on it, and I can see how that's beneficial to him because why? If I can do it for free, and that means I can get on a lot more people gonna want to put me on because A, I'm fire, and B, I ain't charging you nothing. But if I blow
And
this
my
place
name
up,
alone.
if I bother you, you know what I'm saying? If I bother you, I just picked up some new fans that's gonna buy my
But
album.
shit,
See, the
that
way
that
I
alone.
view
But my name alone is finna boost your sales.
see, the way I look at that is Jay Z as he's getting older, he realizes that his uh, influence is finite, and so he's using that influence to create more of an influence for others, so they can create their own influence going forward.
I hear that, and I totally agree, and he kind of goes into that. But what my point is from a business standpoint on his side. Okay, so um, I'm not making a how many of $1,000 you would have paid. I can charge you for getting on your track.
Right.
I'm not going to charge anything. I'm just get on that track because I don't need you to. I don't need you to pay me for that. Because when people hear it, they'll come out and buy. They'll come out and support my products because they liked what I did on your product.
Yep.
Whatever fans that you have currently that's not fans of me, I get a chance to pick them up for my next album.
But not only that though, all of my fans that don't know who you are gonna get to know who you are.
Yeah, but I ain't talking about that. That's cool. I got you on that. I'm talking about from a personal standpoint, how it benefits me to do something free for you.
Right.
You made that point, and I got you. You're true. But how does it benefit me to do something for you for free? Why do I not have to charge you? I don't have to charge you because you have fans that does not necessarily rock with me that's going to hear me on that track, and now they'll buy my next album. I got you. I picked up a new audience for my own project by doing this free joint for you.
Yeah.
So while you might pick up a few people from me. That's cool. That's the reciprocation. But I'm also gonna grab something from you because I'm gonna body this motherfucking track. I'm gonna body this track at no cost,
Right.
just so that people know who I am. And when they see my name again on my album, then they want to come out and support it, and I pick up new audience.
True.
So I thought it was a brilliant strategy, and I thought it was cool that he does that. I didn't know that, and I heard there's another artist that does that too. He's not the only one. There's another artist out there that does that, who does features for free. Features on other people's projects for free. But then you've got to know Jay-Z though. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You got to know him. You've got to be somebody that you got in your Rolodex. So it's not just like I can't go into the studio and say, you know what, let me get Jay-Z on this track to blow me, make my shit blow up, because I don't know him. So that's another factor is that I know these are my friends. So if it's a friend of mine, why am I charging? I'm gonna just go do the shit.
Right.
I'm gonna just go do the shit.
Speaking of Jay-Z, he's got his hands in many things. He's got
his hands in
Monogram
Beyonce. That's as well.
Oh,
He's got Monogram weed. He's got the 40/40 Club. He's got his own champagne. He's got a sports agency. He also has an advocacy team. It's called Team Rock, and recently they investigations that they did led to the arrest of a corrupt Kansas City cop. The cop had been sexually assaulting. He had sexually assaulted a couple women and got away with it at first. But Jay Z's Team Rock went in, investigated a little bit, and ended up getting him arrested.
That's dope.
That's good.
Yeah, that's nice. And see, that's using your success and your notoriety in the correct manner to get further ahead. Not even just to get further ahead, but to he's attempted to make the world a better place in his own way, and that is one of his own ways to make the world a better place. And God, you can't really do nothing but respect that.
And in fairness, I would like to say too, I don't care if it wasn't a cop. This child molester needed to be busted. It's bad that it's worse to me that it is a cop because, of course, as a child, I had the utmost respect for cops, and you're gonna trust the cops, and you should be able to. So that's very, 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 very hard to accept a police officer abusing children like that, sexually abusing children, and that's very harmful, very, very hard. Because it's so easy for them to do. Because they're police. Everybody, all the kids want to be a cop or I want to be a policeman or a fireman. Except little Snoop who wanted to be a motherfucking hustler. Better ask somebody. But that's a different story, right? That. But it does. Even if it wasn't a police officer, the fact that you are locking up a child molester, and I hope they don't just focus on police. Focus on anybody that would do this needs to go to prison. I guess how I feel about it. I just want to be clear about that.
Yeah. So I'm glad that he's got a team out there working on shit like this.
I'm just glad he's using his success for the proper reasons, and not just being someone that just wants to be successful. He wants to be successful to make a difference, and that's what it's
Yeah,
showing.
he talks about in that interview with in that heart to heart about how he's matured, and they go into that. So he has truly matured into a completely different person,
Yeah.
and I think that verse show that we talked about on the What Up Though show on God Did by DJ Khaled. I think it shows he speaks in an extremely mature tone.
Oh yeah. And it's an extremely real verse once you get into it and start breaking it down.
Okay, yeah, I will too. Did we get to all the dumbasses?
Uh
I thought
we'll
we.
just vote on the three that I got. We'll just vote on the three that I got.
All right, recap those and see. Let's see who they are, but not the whole story. Just who they are. Just
It
recap.
was the guy who had a deodorant can up his ass for 3 weeks. The guy who had a steel cup up his ass for 2 weeks as part of a drunken prank. And the teen who lost his arm subway surfing.
I'm gonna go with Surfway Surfing Steve.
Yeah, I'm gonna go there too because I think the first one is more about pleasure than whether or not he's smart. I think he was actually getting pleasure out of it, and it just didn't go right. The second one,
He got too drunk.
yeah, and they took
That's a
advantage.
frat house. That's what a frat house is.
Yeah, they took advantage of him. It's almost more rape than dumbass. It's um and I'm assuming we're stopping at three because the fourth one was another asshole story.
Well, it was
Um,
about a lady who put shit on a subway sandwich.
Really?
She probably would have won. she probably would have won. But we'll get back to that. Anyway, those are not meatballs.
She said, "I want a meatball marinara sub."
Where's the beef? I ate it last night. Here you go.
Excluding the meatballs.
Put that special sauce on it.
He said, "Where's the beef? I ate it last night. Here you go." Here you go. Refried beans. This is what I call it.
So, with the Subway Surfer?
I'm going with the Subway Surfer.
Yeah, because you got to be pretty goddamn dumb to just jump on the fucking top of a Subway when there's a perfectly good door right there. You can walk in and just stand there.
Now, for him to get his arm ripped off, that means he tried to reach out, grab the train as it went by.
Or he was surfing and it went by a bridge or something and snatched his arm off or whatever. The idea of Subway surfing is stupid.
It is.
Yeah. So this week's Subway Surfer Steve, you are this week's
Dumbasses.
of the week.
Yeah.
Oh, he brought it back. He brought it back, y'all. It's about damn time.
Well, I remembered, man. You know, they made me take it off of my thing and do my drops for them. So I'll be forgetting, you know, gummies.
I got one more story.
Okay, one more story.
And it's I don't know if you noticed, but the last few weeks I've been doing a hip hop history type story. This one comes from Teddy Riley.
One of my favorite producers of all times.
Did you know the song Toss It Up by Tupac?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It's actually a diss towards Teddy Riley and Dr. Dre when Dr. Dre did No Diggity.
How so?
Because it was originally recorded on the No Diggity beat. According to Teddy Riley. He heard it one time on the radio and he called Jimmy Iovine and he was like, "Hey, what's going on with this song?" And apparently it was Toss It Up. Jimmy Iovine called the powers that be at Death Row, got the song taken off the radio, and they re-recorded it with the new beat.
Okay, I'm confused. I'm very confused because we're talking about two different songs, so you have to. So they recorded "Toss It Up" over the No Diggity beat.
Right.
Put it out
on the radio.
And Teddy didn't like it. I'm lost.
Teddy was like, "What's going on with our song being played on the radio? And it's not us. It's Tupac."
Okay, I got a more important question here. What song is this by Tupac?
Toss It Up.
Yeah, that would have been fire on that beat.
What'd you say?
I said that would have been fire on that beat.
Yeah, I'm trying to hear it in my head, but so Teddy was saying, "What's up with that?" In other words, saying what? Why? I'm not understanding why Teddy was saying, "What's up with that?" I guess that's where I'm lost. It was that Teddy did not approve of it, or did he not? Was it not done? What? Why was Teddy upset about it being out?
The way I'm interpreting it is it's more of the
song was already copyrighted. It has No Diggity.
Yeah.
He didn't get paid for it.
Right.
So which song came out first?
So it's
No
more
Diggity.
of a, yeah, it's more of a
So how was
proprietary issue.
so it was so No Diggity came out first.
Right.
So was the No Diggity beat originally made to go with the Tupac song or vice versa? Or Tupac just wrote that song to the No Diggity beat and just tried to just jack it?
Tupac, because this was right when Dre left Death Row. No Diggity came out right after Dre left Death Row.
So he didn't have a reliable producer.
No, it wasn't even that. It's just Dre was with Pac was with Death Row still. Dre left. Made the song with Teddy Riley, No Diggity. Pac got mad about it, and I don't even think it came from Pac. That came from Suge.
Mm-hmm.
Either way.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Pac wrote a rhyme over it, which ended up being Toss It Up.
Mm.
And put it out right after No Diggity came out.
On Teddy Riley's beat.
Right.
So Teddy was like, hey, that's our beat. That's our song. What's up with that? You owe me money.
Right. So Jimmy
And
Iovine made some calls. Called Teddy
They
Riley back.
they did a new beat for Toss It Up.
Right. But it was made to be a diss towards Teddy Riley and Dre.
That's a shame because that.
I think he does call out Dre. I don't ever hear him calling out Teddy Riley.
No.
I'd have to listen to it again.
It's a shame because putting Toss It Up on the No Diggity beat, that would have been fucking fire. That would have been amazing to listen to.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure that. I'm gonna have to find that and see if I can just run it real quick to myself and see what it sounds like.
I got the link to the DJ Vlad interview with Teddy Riley on the Smoke Session page.
Yeah,
So,
I've seen it. I just didn't watch the video, but I did.
Oh, okay.
I saw that he was being interviewed by Vlad, and I wondered why it was such a big deal. I mean, what is he saying that's that interesting? So evidently that's the story that's been making it go viral. I just didn't watch it because I was like, what has Teddy got to say that's that interesting now? But I guess that's it. So we're talking about a guy that's been kind of irrelevant for a while versus and a guy that's been dead for even longer, and that's the story. I'm just saying.
One thing I've learned about Vlad.
I know that's cruel, but I'm just saying.
One thing I've learned about Vlad is when it comes down to an interview that you think is going to be flat, it actually ends up being pretty damn good. You learn a lot.
Yeah, Vlad's pretty good. Vlad is entertaining.
Teddy in that same interview, did also reveal that they tried to do a song with Snoop. But this goes back to an earlier conversation with Jay-Z. They tried to charge Teddy Riley $50,000 to have Snoop on the track.
Depends on the track.
Would have been worth it.
Yep.
It was hard depending on the timeline. There's a good chance that it would have been worth it.
Yeah.
My guess is this is right after Doggy Style.
Snoop was fire, man. Snoop was fire at one point. If it was during the time that Snoop was hot, shit, why not?
Yeah.
Right.
He was worth it. That would have been that's chump change for what he would have brought.
He does name the song that he wanted him on. I just can't remember it right now.
Okay.
This is a smoke session, so.
So there it is.
Hey, bro, this is why you should quit smoking, so you can remember everything that you have for the smoke session.
And fuck that. I love getting CRS sometimes.
Yes.
Got him!
Where's this song at? I had a song I was supposed to play, but it's not.
What, are you trying to close the show and don't have the closing song?
My goodness gracious.
I got it. I got it. Thank y'all for joining us once again on the Smoke Session 612. I hope y'all had fun with us. I know I had some fun. I don't know about y'all. But join us next week when we come back. We got the What Up Though show. Join us for that. Join us for the showdown. Join us for Unsung Zeros. Right? That's what we're doing in place of the Wayz verse from now on.
The Unsung Zeros, baby.
Unsung Zeros. That was a lot of fun. I can't wait to do that again.
Not from now on, just throughout for the season.
Okay. Through the football season, we'll be doing Unsung Zeros. But yeah, join us back here next week for the Smoke Session 612. Peace.